Welcome to Baking with Lindsay. I like to call myself a bit of a rebel baker. And I want to dive in a little bit to the philosophy of this prior to showing my not so mad skills with gluten-free sourdough baking. I think a really crucial piece of gluten-free sourdough baking is not getting attached to the outcome, because it may or may not work out every single time. As the rebel baker myself, I spent about a month not wanting to follow the rules. So gluten-free's got way different rules than the regular flour out there. The stuff some of my friends made, Cat Leonidas, the bread you make makes me want to cry because it's so pretty. Gluten-free sourdough is just not going to work that way. So if you have the belief that it's going to be just like regular sourdough, let that go. It will be sourdough. It will taste nice and sour. It will have a solid crust. It will have air bubbles, but it just won't be the same. So I've been gluten intolerant for, I'd say, well, since my senior year of college. Ugh. So for 12 years. And I never had gotten into the bread baking business because it seemed complicated. And it's really not that complicated. I did not start my own start. So I have heard that it's quite easy. My mother-in-law to be, Julie, started the gluten-free start for me. So maybe we'll get a little bit of input from her, how she did that. I feed my start different flours every few days. I try to switch up the flours every week or so because I think it gets bored and it stops eating as much of the sugars. So I kind of move from millet, sorghum, brown rice. I put a little bit of buckwheat in there, like organic buckwheat. I don't think it likes buckwheat, so I'm not doing that. So I pretty much move through those. I have done oat flour once, but I use oat flour in the bread itself. So big component for making a good thing of bread. If you don't drink, don't worry about it. Make a cup of tea. But if you do, have a glass of wine. It is a process. So I have been awake late at night baking bread because I decided not to follow the rules and not make my leaven the night before. I made it at 7 in the morning, which then meant I waited for 10 hours, and that was 5 at night. And then added the flours in, and then in turn waited until 9 o'clock to bake it. So I just like follow the rules. My man, Roman, he's who I got my recipe from. I got it from the Gluten Free Sourdough Facebook group, so you could probably join that and learn all the things that I've learned and then maybe teach me something. So enjoy this video. Well, it'll be the next video because this is a pretty long video. But enjoy. Let me know what you do. Let me know how it works for you. Again, if you're interested in having some starter, I'm going to try to grow mine larger and start to so I can hand them off since so many people want it. But maybe Julie, I'll reach out to her and see what info I got on starting a starter. The Google said it's pretty easy. So, all right, cheers. Happy uncertain times, everyone.